Welcome to the College of Charleston. Teaching, Learning, and Technology, or TLT's sole mission is to help faculty in their teaching. We do this through a variety of services that focus on both technology and pedagogy. You'll get to learn more about us as the year goes on, but for now, we just want to tell you a few things to get you started. First thing, let's find your instructional technologist. TLT consists of a team of instructional technologists each assigned to a specific school. Go to our website at tlt.cfc.edu and under About, click Contact TLT. As you scroll down, you'll see the name of the school, and this will be the contact information that you're looking for. Now let's check out the new Instructor Checklist. While we're at the TLT website, go under Faculty Services, scroll all the way down until you see New Faculty. This is a little checklist that we've put together to sort of help you get started with the beginning of the school year. First and foremost, classrooms. All classrooms should be locked, so you will need either a key code or a swipe card to enter the room. To find out which, you'll go to My Charleston, go to your Faculty tab, and about halfway down the screen, in the center, you'll locate the classroom access codes. This will let you know if your room needs a swipe card or has an entry code. As we scroll down farther, you'll see this software area. This shows a few of the software applications that we have available to you here on campus, but you can see a full list of all of the software packages available by clicking on this link. Some of the other ones include SPSS and SAS or Adobe Acrobat. If you would like to have a web page above and beyond what the department provides for you, maybe to either introduce yourself a little bit more or to run your classes through, you can get either a Blogger or a WordPress blog page. Now we do offer other web services, but these are the easiest ones to use and require no coding capabilities. Your office computer and software is provided by your department, and it's maintained by the help desk. While we don't provide your office equipment or maintain it, we do offer a variety of checkout equipment that might be beneficial to you during your time here at CFC. Some of our checkout equipment includes many wearables such as Google Glasses and Google Cardboard. We also have projectors, video cameras, still cameras, tripods, iPads, and laptops. We also have iPads available for long-term checkout, so any faculty member can check out 5 iPads for an entire semester. Other than that, your time is 10 business days. TLT can help you with any instructional support that you might need. We can do instruction for OAKS. We can help you implement something new in your class. We're there for your pedagogical and technological needs when it comes to teaching and learning. All other technology needs will be handled by the help desk. We also provide a tutorials webpage, which contains tutorials on many different types of applications. You'll mostly want to come here for our OAKS tutorials. Our OAKS page is probably one of our best ones, and it's divided up into how do I. So if I'm not sure what tool I want to use, but I know what I want to do, I can go to the how do I section and find what it is I need. If I know what tool I want to use, I can just go to the OAKS tools and it'll show me by tool all the instructions that I need. And if I want to just see a quick overview, I can go to the quick guides and I can click on Getting Started with OAKS for New Users, and it will outline the main tools that I should probably concern myself with at the beginning, plus how to use each one of them. Again, that was our tutorials blog, which you can access by going to blogs.cfc.edu/TLT tutorials, or from our regular website, you can access it up here at the top under Teaching Resources. Now you may have noticed that the one thing I missed down here was OAKS. OAKS is the College of Charleston's learning management system. You may have used an LMS at another university, such as Blackboard or Moodle or Sakai. They all basically do the same things. You just need to learn where to click in order to get done what you need to get done. So I already told you about that little getting started guide and the step-by-step tutorials, but TLT offers OAKS training at the beginning and end of every semester. You can see those listed here, but you can find the OAKS trainings and a full list of all of the small group training sessions we offer at tlt.eventbrite.com. I want to take a few minutes to show you how to access OAKS and then go over two tools that I think you'll probably use the most. Let me be clear that OAKS is not required at CFC. It's only to be used if you want to use it. While most students prefer that you use it, it is not required. That being said, if you choose to use it, I recommend that you start small, only with maybe 1 or 2 tools, and then expand the next semester. You don't want to overwhelm yourself your very first semester by trying to learn everything there is to know about a fairly substantial software package. So first things first, how do I get to OAKS? Well, you're going to start by going to My Charleston and logging in with your Cougars username and password. Once you're in My Charleston, in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the icon for OAKS. When you first enter OAKS, you'll notice that all of your courses should be listed right here. Over here on the right-hand side, we have the OAKS request forms. The first one is the request to cross-list. Let's say, for instance, that you taught 3 sections of the same class. Each of those sections will have their own OAKS shell, which means that anytime you'd like to post something, you have to post it 3 different times. Cross-listing allows you to combine those 3 courses into one OAKS course. Therefore, when you post something once, all of the students from all of the classes can see that document, can take that test, can submit that assignment. It just makes the management a little bit easier. The next one is the request a student to be added or removed from your OAKS course. At CFC, our OAKS courses are built and populated by our Banner student information system. So as soon as a course is created in Banner, it's added to OAKS automatically. And as soon as a student enrolls or drops from a class in Banner, it is enrolled or dropped automatically from OAKS. Occasionally, this doesn't work exactly how it's supposed to. And so there may be a time when you're missing a student from your OAKS class list. If that's the case, just complete this form and they will add that student to your OAKS class list. As I scroll down under my courses, I'm just going to click on the name of my course to access it. All right, before I get started showing you the news, let's just take a look at some of the options that you have available to you in OAKS. The course home always takes you back to this page, the very first page for that particular course. Content we'll discuss in more detail in a second. That's where you're going to post all the materials that you want your students to have access to. Links to websites, links to videos, Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, PDFs, lectures, PowerPoints. It doesn't really matter what you put in there. You can put just about anything in there, and this is where you'll do it. Communication offers a synchronous chat tool, offers an asynchronous discussion board, and the class list. Now, the class list is one of my favorite tools and a tool that I think as a new faculty member you'll want to use often. The first thing that you can do in class list is email the entire class, and that's probably the most beneficial part about this. First of all, let me say that everybody listed in your class list here are the only students that have access to your OAKS class. So if someone's enrolled in your Banner class role, but you don't see them here, that's when you'll fill out that form that I indicated on the OAKS homepage. So clicking here allows you to email your entire class list. And when I do this, it's just like a regular email. You don't have to worry about the to because it fills all of that in. You give it a subject, you type in the body of the email, and you can even do attachments. When finished, just click the send button. I can also send to only 1 or 2 students by just clicking on the box next to their name and choosing email here. Lastly, the class list is great for finding at-risk students or for monitoring what your students are doing within your OAKS class. If I come next to TLT Student in this drop-down menu and choose View Progress, it gives me an overview of everything that they're doing in their course. Content, the amount of time they spent, how many discussion posts authored, grade submissions, etc. And then I can drill down even further by going into the exact tool. So all of that is in Communication Class List. Now our grades area is where most of the assessments will occur. The big three are Dropbox, grades, and quizzes. Dropbox is an assignment submission area where you can create an assignment and the students will submit their grades online. You can then either grade them online or grade them offline. It doesn't really matter. It's more about the submission. Once they submit the assignment, it's really just between you and that student and no one else can see it. The grades area is an online gradebook, and as of now, it is the only CFC sanctioned FERPA compliant way to deliver grades to your students. Now, this is not to say that this is the only way you can keep grades. It is just the primary way in which you will let your students know what their grades are, short of turning a piece of paper back to them in the class with a grade on it. And the last big tool is Quizzes, which is an online quizzing and testing application. I'm going to go back to my course home because this is the place where everybody lands as soon as they click on their course. And I want to talk to you for a second about News. News is a powerful tool. What it allows you to do is put announcements right here on this course home. So the second a student logs in, they see that announcement. This is great for school closures, for classroom changes, for unexpected extra credit opportunities, really anything that you want to tell them, even if it's just to tell them how the class as a whole is doing a really great job. I recommend that whether you choose to use the News tool on a regular basis or not, you at least post a welcome message here. The other benefit of doing a news item is that if the students subscribe to notifications in OAKS, which is done underneath their name right up here, then every time you post a news item, they will automatically receive either an email and or a text message alerting them of the news item. All right, so there's really no excuse for them to miss important information in your class. So what I want to demo is how to make a welcome message. So from the news bar up here at the top, again, I'm going to locate that little drop-down arrow and just choose New News Item. So we have to give it a headline and we have to give it content. So I've already cheated and written one up here, so let me copy some stuff out. So I'm going to copy my welcome message. And here's the whole rest of the message. Paste it down here. Now you'll notice that once I've done this, I have lots of different formatting options. I can change the size. I can change the color. So there's lots of different things that you can do to add emphasis. I can even put live links. I can put images or videos into this post if I want to. As I scroll down, you'll see I can even add an attachment. But I'm not going to worry about any of that for now. I'm just going to give it a headline and the body and click Publish. Now, when a student logs in and they go to the course home, this is what they're going to see. Really catches their eye, and it's just a great opportunity for them to keep up to date and have messages from you so that you always have that sort of connection with your students. But the last thing I want to show you is the content area, because this really is probably the most used area of OAKS. We're going to start by looking at modules. Now a module, think of a module as an organizational structure, like a file folder. And I can put as many things into that file folder as I want. I could even put sub-file folders in there if I want. And I can have multiple file folders in my file drawer, right? So I can have as many modules as I want. And while I can have as many as I want, the catch is I have to have at least one. Right? You have to have one module before you can add any content into this area. So I'm going to create one called Course Material. And I'm just going to click Enter. So again, down here in my left under Add a Module, just click in there and type whatever it is you want. Let's go back to course material, and that's where I'm going to add my syllabus. So the way you do it, it says pretty much drag and drop files here. If I'm adding something from my computer, I'm just going to scooch this window up and out of the way a little bit so that I can open a folder that contains my syllabus. Here it is. It's a PDF. And I'm just going to drag it and drop it right in here. And now my syllabus is uploaded and my students can see it. Again, if I want to add something else, I grab it and I drag it, and you see this gray bar that indicates where it's going to be. And when I let go, it should go underneath that. So you can see it's really easy to add files from your computer. Here's a graphic that I'm adding. You can add Word documents, Excel spreadsheets, just about anything you want. Right? You can also come under the New button and create a link. Just type in the name that you want it to link to and the address and hit Create. Let's go back to course materials. And now you can see that I have that link. So in the span of just a few seconds, I've added 2 PDFs, an image, and a link to the College of Charleston. Now, OAKS is obviously much more extensive, and as I said, we will be offering OAKS classes throughout the beginning of the semester, and you can always go to the tutorials blog at blogs.cfc.edu/TLT tutorials to learn more about all of the OAKS tools. If you'd like to discuss more about how you personally can use this in your class, just make an appointment with your instructional technologist. I hope this short orientation has helped you feel a little more acclimated to teaching here at CFC and the services that TLT provides. As I said earlier, this is just the tip of the iceberg, and you'll be hearing from us pretty regularly throughout the school year. So again, I recommend that you find out who your instructional technologist is and just make sure to look for emails from that person.